I have to stop trusting people is what I have to do. I wouldn't be in this mess half the time if I didn't trust people. I need to bring back Street Edie. I know I keep saying I'm going to bring her back, but grieve the Holy Spirit for Street Edie to be all the way back. Well, then come up here. Come up here. Come on. You're ruining my life. Do you ever wonder how you ended up somewhere? Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edie. Today you can call me Jessica. It's a Jessica Simpson day. I was just feeling this. It's very early 2000s. I found these sunnies at the wig shop for $7.99. I purchased them. Yes, clearly I didn't steal them. Coco, please. Stop. Okay, welcome to the party. Oh, I guess I could take these off. Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edie. I hope you're all having a fabulous Friday. Hallelujah. Praise Jehovah. We made it. Has anything embarrassing happened to you, or did you manage to escape this week unscathed? I guess you still have time. Tomorrow's the last day of the week. Please put it in the comments. We want to hear from you. Embarrassing or traumatic. Did you hear what happened? We were found out, Group 92. Even though none of us were hiding. The majority of us tag Candace in everything that we do. Hoping that she will come to repentance. Hoping that she'll make Jesus Christ her Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ, who is God incarnate, born of a virgin, walked this earth sinless, tempted as we are, but never sinned. Took a punishment on a cross that we are all worthy of. Because we are all sinners. Every single one of us are sinners. Worthy of death and hell. The wages of sin is death. And God is not a man that he should lie. So Jesus Christ made a sacrifice once for all for the forgiveness of sins. He willingly laid down his life. Nobody took it from him. And what he endured was agonizing and brutal and long. And he didn't look human as he hung up on a cross. What he went through was horrific. And he did it for all of us. Because he loves us. Christ was willing to die for us, a world full of sinners. And after he gave up his spirit, he was put into a tomb. 3 days later, that tomb was empty. He is not here. He is risen. He resurrected in body from the dead. And people testified to seeing him and speaking to him and being with him, eating with him. And he ascended to the right hand of the Father where he now reigns. And he is coming back soon. That is the best news that I and you will ever deliver. It is the power of God unto salvation. Praise be to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for loving us enough, even though we're not worthy, to take a punishment that we are all worthy of so that we could have eternity with you, those who believe in their heart and confess with their mouth that you, Jesus Christ, our Lord, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, could be with you forever in paradise. So we, the majority of us, tag Candace, hoping she'll come to her senses. We all tag her. So we weren't hiding. And our group is not about Candace. It's about defending the cause of the widow, that is Erica Kirk. It just so happens that the primary perpetrator in the assault against Erica is Candace Owens. A lot of people in the group were upset by this. I, at this point in my life, have nothing to lose. So it is so hot in this room. I had to turn off my window unit because, you know, my room sits above the garage that's not insulated. It's the hottest room in the summer and the coldest room in the winter. I prefer the winter. I'm sweating. I have nothing to lose at this point in my life. So I'm usually waiting each day for something to go awry. And when it does, I'm not shocked. I was more disappointed in the individual who caused this. I won't be naming that individual. Now I got other puppies downstairs barking. Anyway, the person who's responsible for this. People were good to her. People in the group were good to her. Gary, Paramount Tactical, good to her. So many people. Kind. When someone shows you kindness and hospitality and you turn around and do this, that is shameful. And you should be ashamed. I don't think that person is ashamed. I don't think they have any regrets about what they've done. They're like Candace in that they won't admit faults. If they do, I'm sorry, but just know that if you follow up your apology with but, it just discounts everything that you said prior to that. What you mean to say is coming after the but. That's what you really mean. So you can say, I'm sorry, but, okay. Then just don't say you're sorry at all because you're not. I don't think you have the ability to be sorry. Don't mess with my people. Not upset for me because I'm just one of the 92. There's less than 92 now. All of us were just added to the group. The majority of us are Christians, if not all of us are Christians. So we share a lot of scripture. Nothing nefarious. An honorable group. Proud to be part of it. Unashamed to be a part of it. But mostly just disappointed in the individual. I just would not be able to sleep. Some of the people are being harassed. They're trying to find information on their families. Like, I don't really have a family, so silver linings. Artie did an excellent video yesterday that we're going to be reacting to. He actually reached out to the individual who caused this and was just trying to gain insight. I feel really bad for him because a lot of the people, they pop in and out. It's not like a continuous conversation between all of the group members because there's so many, you just couldn't. Everyone has lives, careers, children, families, so they're not on there 24/7. Most of the people are lurkers. Like, not everyone's guilty. A lot of them just lurked. I guess I could be considered a lurker. The times that I've tried to send voice memos, because we know that I like a voice memo, no one ever responds. And I was put into a couple of other groups on X, and I send them voice memos. Bronson's the only one who's ever acknowledged them. Because I said, are you guys not getting these? Are you getting these? He's like, we're getting them. Yes, I've been rambling. This video is going to suck. These are fantastic. This really is giving Jessica. Okay. Nobody knows. Did you hear that from Coco? She's the worst.
The group chat got exposed because a member of the group went rogue. I was like, we're done with this.
I won't be talking about
this is no longer healthy for me. Here is what she said over. Coordinated efforts are coming from some of these people. Here are all of the names who are in this group chat. I'm sharing information, background checks, reporting accounts, whining and complaining all day about Candace Owens, and even sharing Candace's own home address.
Now, I tried to verify this, and I asked, you'll find out where this was. And she said it was back between March 20th and March 23rd. Unfortunately, I can only scroll back to June. So I cannot verify this at all. Now, I was talking with a few other people, and I said, what is this about? Was Candace Owens' address really in there? And somebody messaged back, I'm not going to say who, and they said, I think it might have been in the documents. Remember when Laura Loomer was showing the documents and stuff like that for Candace Owens' second home and all that? They're like, the version that they have, because Laura Loomer redacted it. I think they had the unredacted version in these chats. And they said, I think her address was in there. Nobody thought to share the address, though. Nobody thought to use the address. Nobody tried to put her address out there in the public. But they had an unredacted version in the group chat. Could have been dangerous. Yeah, it could have been. I don't know if anybody else can go back and access it. I'm sure that those files are somewhere online for someone to access. I'm not going to tell you what they were, even if I did know, but I don't know what they were. That being said, if there was anything malicious, don't you think it would have, I don't know, probably not been dead in the water since March? If anybody had any ill intent with it whatsoever, it would have been released by now. Everybody would know about it. Everybody would know Candace Owens' address. They don't. Because that's not what the group was about. The group was never about trying to dox Candace. It was never about trying to find dirt on Candace Owens outside of what she does online. It's never been the point. So who cares? That her home address was once in that chat a long time ago? It's not a great thing. I wouldn't like it if my address was floating around chats. But if they did nothing with it, I wouldn't accuse them of wrongdoing.
In this group chat. However, I will say that not everyone here participated.
Right here, I just kind of lurk around and look for info. If somebody posts good info, that's it. And she'll admit this too.
Just lurked. Anyway, I am out of here. X is a digital, unfruitful wasteland, and I have a real life and SHIT to do. Go live your lives and build something. And
now, here's the thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with everyone else. I've kind of gotten some glimpses. I've gotten one side of the story. I've got story. Now, I'm going to show our DMs with said nothing personal. So forgive me. I'm not trying. I don't know what's going on. I am completely out of the loop on all of this. I
love Artie. It's like, don't bring me into this. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ain't none of us had anything to do with the drama that unfolded with you months ago. Like, Artie, I know that you're like, Edie, what are these sunglasses? But they're everything, are they not? Are they giving 70s? I'm sure somebody's gonna have something to say about my top from Target. I don't care. It's 90 degrees in this room. Like, let me live. Let me live. You can tell how irritated he is. Rightly so. Again, the majority of people were irritated. I'm just so jilted that the only thing I could feel was disappointment in the individual. Artie was hardly ever messaging. Like, every now and then would send a message because there are so many people, like, you just couldn't get.
It may have been alcohol on both sides. I don't actually know, and I'm not going to make that accusation. I don't care about the drama, and I've got nothing against. I don't. I'm not looking for beef. I'm not looking for any of that. I was just trying to get down to the bottom of it, and I was a little irritated this morning with everything that was going on. So I hope My text probably came off a little bit more harsh because I was straight to the point. But I am very irritated, to say the least, as to how this was handled and how everything was just leaked out. 92 people in here. She could have came to one of us and explained. Things could have went a different way, but they didn't. People got too mad, they exploded, and accusations got tossed out for no reason whatsoever with no basis. And that is irritating, because now I gotta waste my time defending this, going over crap I didn't even want to go over, which is why my videos are late today. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to have to cover this. Such a stupid thing to cover. I'm gonna show you my text here. Don't care. She leaked a group thing that involved me. I'm not even gonna bother asking for permission for this, because I didn't give permission for them to leak me either. So, you know, it just is what it is. But there's nothing personal here. So I said, hey, can you fill me in on what's going on? Candace Owens and her goons are straight up blasting me for just being in a group chat, when there has been no wrongdoing. I have seen no evidence of Candace Owens' address being used, and it was also never made public. So why give this info out to Candace Owens, who completely lied about what we were doing in the group? Look at how Candace Owens presented the group in her episodes. I also straight up had an issue. I'll show you guys the diligent citizen issue after this, or diligent denizen, whatever the crap his name is. I'll show you that after. Now she says, sorry you're catching strays. Maybe Gary, Lisa, and Sean Campbell shouldn't feel so comfortable trying to intimidate and dox people. We'll notice how dox is in question, quotations though. People into silence. And I don't know that they had done that. And I actually find evidence to the contrary, but maybe she can show evidence. She had an opportunity to, but I don't know. I have no idea. So there's that. And yes, Candace Owens' address was shared by Sarcastic Liberty and Zach Kaizen. And I was like, okay.
I'm sorry you're catching strays. Okay, insert but there. But maybe Gary, Lisa, and Sean, even though they didn't do anything wrong, maybe they shouldn't have done XYZ. And, you know, really this is their fault. Take it up with them. Sorry you're catching strays, but not really. What do you mean? You named 3 people that you had a problem with, and you went ballistic on 92 people. You know what? Artie and Gary, if you go to Artie's, some of his posts, and Gary's, and just go through the comments, the candy cultists come for them really, really hard. They say awful, foul, vulgar things to them. They bring up their families, especially Gary. They will throw his wife into the mix in a heartbeat. And that really pisses me off. Like, who exactly do you think you are? Bringing up a man's wife who has nothing to do with any of this. Same thing to this individual. Who do you think you are, bringing 92 people into the mix when you only had a problem with 3 of the 92? What is wrong with you? A normal woman would feel bad about that. Like, you know? Anyway.
That. But did they actually dox Candace and put her information out there? Where can I see this, and what was their intention? She said, yes, it was in the group chat March 20 to 23rd-ish, which I can't even go back to. So that does nothing for me. I guess they thought her and George were getting separated. And I'm like, oh, this is, okay, the Laura Loomer stuff, gotcha. And she said, like, how else would I know Candace's address? I don't know that she does know Candace's address, though. So I can't verify that. Her info is on lock. I think Sarcastic Liberty might have access to their MLS system. I don't know, and I don't know what the MLS system, what is that? I should have looked that up. MLS system? Multiple listing services. A private cooperative database created and used by licensed real estate professionals. Okay, I don't even know if she's into real estate or not. No clue. No idea. Anyway, but she doesn't know either, so I don't know how to verify that. And I said, oh, is this the second home address that Laura Loomer already covered? And she said, no, this is her legit address, which, not exactly what I was asking, but whatever, it's fine. And I said, okay, gotcha, I'll look at it. But no one released it publicly. I'm just confused by it. It's one thing to have her address, but if they are not publicly doxing her, I'm not sure what the issue is, to be honest. Because now we have so many Candace fans twisting this group into a list of Israeli paid content creators instead of the truth. We could have had man, I hate doing this. We could have all had to sit down about this and figured out the issue, but if they only last talked about it in March and never brought it up again, I do fail to see how this was a problem, to be honest. And she said, well, that wasn't even my point as to why I even shared the info. But you did share that Candace Owens' address was in there. Why even bring that up? Well, to bring it up was to start some crap.
Absolutely. You brought it up to start stuff. And by the way, if Israel is listening, I'm happy to give my bank routing and account number. If we could be real talk.
Nobody has any knowledge of that address for the most part, except for maybe the people you named. I don't know if they do or don't, but one thing's for sure, it's dead in the water, and nobody can even go back far enough to see it, as well as nobody has posted it at all, so I just don't care. Anyway, I shared it because those people suck, and I think it's funny to harass and intimidate, or I shared it because those people suck and think. I almost said that. She thought that. No, that's not quite the case. Because these people suck and they think it's funny to harass and intimidate people. I have not seen proof of that, but maybe this happened to her. I don't know. But that doesn't sound like the people I've been talking to. And she says, and Gary has become the ringleader of it all. They have been attacking Leah Files nonstop through Sean Campbell. Now, is that the guy I'm talking to? Hold on, let me see.
Oh my gosh, I've been talking for 21 minutes and we are not even halfway done with this. Heavens to Betsy. Can I just say one thing about Gary and Lisa? I don't know Sean Campbell. I don't care anything to do with the Leah files. I could not care less. I don't know Leah files. Heard that they were crazy. Don't know anything about them. But Gary is fantastic. He and his team are amazing. He's so kind and compassionate and generous and fun to be around and talk to. Good values, good morals. A veteran, proudly served this country, has done more for this country than you or I have probably done. Or definitely me. I don't know you watching, but he's wonderful. I love Jen, the producer. Jen, you know, I love you, girl. And Lisa is wonderful. I was on Paramount Tactical with her and Misfit Patriot just a couple weeks ago, and she's lovely, smart, beautiful. I'm so sorry, but I cannot corroborate these claims that are being made by this rogue individual.
Here's a simple thing. You know why nobody can call my wife or my family? I don't associate with them on social media at all involving this stuff. So there's that. Now, is that your problem? Not necessarily. I think it may be a little rotten for someone to reach out to family. However, just because they called your family members and asked for info, your family members can just be like, no, I'm good, and then hang up. Now, if he was harassing your family members and calling them going, no, I need you to tell me, I need you to do this, that would be different. But if I saw Candace Owens go, hey, this is my family member, and I were like, you know, I want to see what her family member says about it, and I privately call him and go, hey, would you be willing to talk about this at all? And she says no, and I hang up. Okay, fine, that's my right to do. I can call him. It's public. Who cares? So I don't know why she has a problem with this at all. Okay? All because of her beef with Lisa. Okay. Then Gary just laughs about it like it's funny or not. Well, that's probably because it was silly, because he can call your family if he wants. They shouldn't have their info out there. And if he wants to ask him for information, that's totally fine. I am 1,000,000% fine with that. Now, if he contacted them after they said, no, don't call me again, I would be against Sean Campbell. You can't do that. That is called harassment at that point. But that's not what he did. At least that's not what she tells me he did. So there's that. So I said, I'll look more into that as well. I have heard of Leah Files, but I've never watched her before. Genuinely, I actually really don't know who she is. I've heard of the name. I said, is she a pro Candace YouTuber or something? I can understand you coming out and making an argument about that for sure, but still, the way this was handled implicated a lot of people who not only had nothing to do with the argument, but also you can see the Candace crew does not care about Leah Files at all because they've never once even mentioned it. She never does talk about it. Candace never does. So my whole point is look at what they're actually using the information you dropped for versus what your point is. Your point is that they were doing these things to you and Leah Files. Candace Owens didn't mention that at all because she doesn't care. She took this information and twisted it into something it's not. Now, they will only care about us being Israeli paid creators because they want to destroy everything. This is my perspective for everyday life. I get about 4 hours of sleep. I watch my kids full time, 3 days a week for 16 hours a day. I work at a factory 4 days a week, 12 hours a day. Sometimes it's 10 hours a day if I'm lucky, but usually it's 12 because they make me stay late because other people are late. Yeah, and you know who you are. Thank you for making me stay late at work. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not going to put them on blast because they don't have a platform. But you know who you are and you suck, and everyone else thinks you suck too, and I'm sure you're going to see this at some point and just whatever. Anyway, sometimes 3 days a week on an alternate schedule too. I do get that every now and then, which is nice. Work at 3 days a week.
I love Artie so much. This was such an unnecessary stressor in people's lives. And he has every right to be this irritated, but it's just the fact that, like, can't you guys just show up on time? Honestly.
Then make videos. I work so hard for the money I earn. And I have never, ever, ever made money from any foreign company or country. I have never taken a single dollar from anyone. I only get paid by my job, YouTube ad revenue, and super chats. But they will lie and slander us all. And they will throw their own to the wolves. And I said, sorry for the long text, by the way. It says, I understand, but it is what it is. Sorry, innocent people got caught in the crosshairs, but also it's X. Sometimes it's good to log off and join the real world. None of these people matter, Artie. I guess I'm not into parasocial relationships. That's fine. I don't need you to be. I'm not into parasocial relationships either. They're dumb. They are dumb. Disconnect from the people on YouTube, including myself. And I put back, I'm like, I am in the real world 99% of the time. LOL. I can't be at a job and watching my kids and involved online much, which is why I'm mostly out of the loop on this. I'm trying to just figure everything out. She says, okay, I get it. Well, I don't know what you are getting at. Like, it does suck. Innocent people got caught up in it. I made a post about it, but also that didn't seem to help much. And, well, that's because your post didn't really mention me on it. It mentioned one guy that was not involved in any of this. But it's like, hey, I'm in the same boat as that dude, too. But it's fine. I don't expect you to, per se. Okay? What I'm getting at is I'm trying to figure out what really happened. You did put out there that they were doxing Candace, but then also told me they just had her address in a chat back in March, which doesn't check out for doxing. Then someone called your family members or something. I don't really have much info as to what's really going on. She goes, Artie, it's 6 a.m. my time. Doesn't matter. I don't care what time it is. I'm trying to figure things out is all. I'm up at this time. I'm just trying to figure it out. I just didn't care. I didn't say anything about them doxing Candace. Pull into silence, and then you brought up the whole thing, and that led it to that. But maybe I misunderstood, but that did seem like that's what you said. Anyway, doesn't matter. I said they shared her address in the group chat, in which they did. Did you even read my post? Yes, I did read your post. But who cares? They didn't put it out there to anybody else, so it doesn't matter. And then she says, I'm talking about Sean Campbell intimidating people by threatening to dox Gary and Lisa condoning it. I didn't see any proof of this. What's going on? Where's the proof? Stuff like that. And there's just, I don't know. She said, did you hear that they've been building a doxing website like Candace did in 2015-16? Yeah. I actually get to the bottom of this, and no, they don't. Now, I said, no, I did not hear about that. I saw your post. I'm asking for info. Are you wanting to give it, or are you just looking to try and get defensive and argue with me? Because I'm confused, because I keep asking, and I don't get it, you know? And she's saying, yes, you said they had her address. My question is, why is that important if they literally never used it? Where can I find that they are building a social autopsy-style website? I'm not looking for an argument. I'm just looking for info. That's all. Again, I'm completely out of the loop. Like, I'm trying to figure out what is actually good info and what is just argumentative. That's literally all I'm trying to do. And, of course, she says, I'm not trying to argue with you, which is fine, fair. Okay, good. Maybe a misunderstanding. Fine, fair enough. It was in Gary's space from the other night. I'd love to search. I'd have to search for it. Let me search for it and send it to you. And I said, okay, I appreciate it. I'll give it a listen. We have it here. And she says, I'm going to leave the app. Good luck, Artie. And hey, you know, maybe just be on YouTube or something. Maybe be a commenter every now and then. I don't know. Maybe X is bad for mental health in general. So I pulled this up. This is a 4-hour and 32-minute recording. I could not find the website. But then I did ask people in the group chat. I said, hey, straight up, what is this about?
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh. Or am I caught in a hit and run? Okay. You know what really bothers me, and I'll tell you, is when people start the fire and then tell you to calm down when you're burning. Calm down. Why are you getting so upset? You're just on fire. What do you mean, sister? Artie, at 6 a.m. my time. Why are you texting then? Why aren't you asleep? Does it bother? It does bother me that these aren't. It's because I don't have another. I just want them to look. This is giving milkmaid. Yes. Artie was absolutely right in every single thing. He never. It's like, you know what? She said, I don't know what you want from me. Well, I'm just trying to understand your logic. You had beef with 3 of the 92 people that used to be in the group. But then you drop-kicked, or you thought you were drop-kicking the entire group. All it did was galvanize us. You were upset with 3 people who were nothing but good to you. Well, now, granted, I don't know about the Sean Campbell person. I don't know him, and I don't know if he did anything to her. And if he did, then you should be ashamed. You shouldn't be doing bad things to people. But I don't know. I don't know him. I know Gary and Lisa, and they're excellent people. You know what I'm saying? So, poor Artie. Because he was just an innocent bystander. I mean, he would interact every now and then, but he's a father who's got a wife to take care of. You know, a busy life. No time for this nonsense. You know, I don't have a family, so I guess I have time for the nonsense. This just didn't need to happen. Not that we care that Candace knows. It's just the intent. There is just malicious intent behind this, which is what is upsetting. Like, you did this just to hurt people that didn't do anything to you. That sense of entitlement is really right up there with Candace. Like, you think that you were wrong. That's malignant narcissism. You believe that you had the right to do this, to try to hurt people. That was your aim, to try to hurt people who were good to you, kind, gracious, hospitable to you. You wanted to hurt them. And you felt you had every right to, because you were wronged. In your opinion, you were wronged. So you thought that you had the right to disrupt people's lives, steal their peace, because you seem unhappy in your own life. Maybe get to the bottom of that, because what? Happy, content people? I'm about to have a heat stroke. Don't behave this way. People who thrive on chaos, they'll create it for themselves. If everything is calm and peaceful, they just can't deal with that. They have to create chaos for themselves, and they do it because that is where they're most happy. Artie shares the same feeling and attitude about this as a lot of the people in the group. Like, why on earth would you do this? Nobody was doxing anyone. It wasn't a concerted effort against Candace Owens. It wasn't anything malicious. Goodness, if the public could see some of the messages, the Candyland biker babe pictures of it all. Goodness gracious. The voice memos of mine, they just go unheard. profile pictures that obscure moderator is making. I'm still waiting for mine, Benjamin. Can you give me blonde hair and aviators? Excellent video by Artie. He hit every point. I really hate that he and so many other, all of them, nobody in the group was deserving of this. Some of them are being attacked. I mean, a lot of Candy people say the regular insults to me that I've heard my entire life. So it's like, okay, girl. Again, you have to really dig deep with me if you want to hurt me. My own mother thinks I'm ugly. My father wasn't in my life growing up. I can't run for any, like, I have no choice but to fight if the killer is chasing me. Okay? So just, you got to be better. Saying that I look like a man is not, first of all, honey, it really is just a shame. And Artie was so nice in these messages. He could have been a lot saltier. Was he assertive? Yes, but assertiveness was required in this situation. Okay, let's move on to Lisa because she broke it down well for us as well. I am done. If I could just speak.
Stick around because I'm about to expose what actually went down in the group chat, why exposed it, what actually was discussed in the group, what its intended purposes were, and the fact that Candace Owens once again just completely lied to her audience and presented things as fact, again, with zero evidence or proof to substantiate her claims.
Turning Point USA is contracting the services of and platforming people who are meant to lie about this investigation full-time. It's their full-time job to attack Candace. I don't know if you happen to catch this, but over on X
Again, listen, if Turning Point would like to bring me on, I'm fine with that.
right now is trending. A group of 92 influencers have been exposed, targeting me. Exposed, coordinating in a group chat.
So Candace wants you to believe that Turning Point USA is going broke in order to fund 92 influencers to battle it out with Candace on the internet every day. Absolutely not. That is ridiculous and that is laughable. And notice that she has absolutely no proof or evidence of that at all. So that group was created back in March, and it was a bunch of people who were thrown into a group who were already all battling Candace Owens on the internet. We were already debunking her BS every single day. So we were put in this group chat because of being like-minded, to have friends, to be able to vent our frustrations, and to just have people to talk to.
Group chat got exposed because a member of the group went rogue. Was like, I'm done with this. This is no longer healthy for me. Here is what she said over 2 tweets. Coordinated efforts are coming from some of these people. Here are all of the names who were in this group chat. I'm sharing information, background checks, reporting accounts, whining and complaining all day about Candace Owens, and even sharing Candace's own home address.
It was not created to dig up dirt on people and do background reports and to do secret crazy spy ring stuff. Not even close. And we definitely didn't release Candace Owens' address. Next, this idea that went rogue because the group was toxic for her and it was bad for her health, so she just had to leave. No, that's not even close to what happened. So back in April, she had a complete crash out. She got drunk, crashed out, cussed us all out, and left the group. And us, being forgiving people, when she came apologizing and crying, we were like, all right, we'll forgive you, we'll give you another chance, and we let her come back into the group. Come May, she did it again. Got drunk, crashed out, cussed us all out, left the group. And so then when she came crawling back, crying and apologizing, and I'm so sorry, and wanted back in the group, we said no. We were like, no, we've already done this. You clearly have a pattern of instability. None of us can trust you. Like, we're done, bro. Sorry. You burned us too many times and we're not doing this. And as soon as we told her no, she was like a child who immediately ran to all the candy cultists who have made our lives a living hell for months and immediately started cozying and buddying up to them. And this was back in May, by the way. So as soon as we knew that she had taken information from that group, we immediately all bailed on that group. We all left that group and haven't used it since May.
So with that, I think she might be talking about a different group because Lisa was in the group 92 like a couple months ago, and then she left because I didn't know any of this was happening. Yes, I'm combing my braids. I didn't know any of this had happened because I'm just here trying to survive and figure out my next steps. You know what I'm saying? Heartache and everything else. But a smaller group. So maybe that's the inactive group she's talking about, because protecting Miss Erica Kirk, that's still alive and well. And all of the agent operatives have been having the best time over the last day and a half. And Benjamin, if I could just have my profile picture, I'd like to update it.
Be a thorn in our side for months. Unprovoked, might I add.
There for a while, she was posting about me pretty much every single day, multiple times a day. Never mind that this right here, first time that I have ever spoken her name on the internet. And so after getting just a little bit of pushback, she just got a tiny little dose of her own medicine. She crashed out and said that she was leaving the X platform for the millionth time, because this is what she does. She crashes out, she leaves the platform, she comes back, she crashes out, she leaves the platform, because she's a complete psycho. And in this most recent crash out, this was her parting gift to the internet, releasing this list of names. Very old, inactive group chat.
Nice to go through these, and you should go through these 92 absolute losers who are losing despite doing this.
And as for Candace, like, showing this and blasting it on her account, she just wants her crazy, psychotic army to come after all of us. She's literally using this as a form of doxing to have us all be attacked. And that's why she says, oh, you should all look at this and you should examine all of these names. We're already accounts that are already known for being anti-Candace. So what exactly is the purpose other than she wants harm to come to us?
I don't do this. I work with my team. I look for information. I may, reach out, obviously, to people who are also care about this case. Baron Coleman, hey, did you see this video? Give him a call. Did you find this? Did you cover this topic? Or something what he knows? No one's coordinating.
And as for this, oh, I'm not coordinating, I'm not working with anybody. BS. Admits that she was throwing a tantrum and was being highly emotional, and she goes on to say that she doesn't like Candace Owens, doesn't support her, that she thinks she's demon-possessed, and that she's psychotic.
I'm not going to share that because I don't want to hear that person's voice. I'll link it so you can go listen to it. Everything she says here is accurate pertaining to the audio. You'll hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Don't you guys love Lisa's face? She has such beautiful bone structure. I love the color of her eyes. I just think she's wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about these people. Jay Witt, Artie, Bronson, Lisa Knows, Lady Luck Club, Paramount Tactical, Jen the producer. Goodness gracious, Britta, no soup for Knowles, can never say that fast. Natalie Jean Beisner, everybody. I really love them. I think they're doing... They put out great content. They are honorable. Honor is a big thing with me. So when I hear bad things being said about them, it just makes me chuckle. So I'm thinking, there are bad people in this world, but they ain't it. Like, they're the good ones. So it's a shame. It really is a shame. And I feel bad for Lisa. She's been under constant attack by the Candy cultists. She's on X trying to expose darkness and expose Candace's lies, and her family's been doxxed, her husband. It's just not okay. Completely unnecessary. There's enough evil in this world. You don't need to fight people who are on your team and who try to help you. It's ridiculous. Have you no shame? Have you no feeling about that? I mean, it's ridiculous. And Jay Witt. I talked to Jay Witt yesterday. He was like, why do people feel like they need to tell me that they've blocked me? I don't know you. Block me, then why are you telling me that you blocked me? You block me. Cowardly, though, to drop the bomb and then just run and hide. If you're going to say something with your chest, then back it up. Maybe that's an indicator that they know that they did wrong, but they're just doubling, tripling, quadrupling down because the pride of it all. Okay. I love you all so, and I will see you tomorrow.